Hey, so most people think of fat loss means more workouts, more cardio, and spending hours in the gym every day. But what if I told you that you can actually lose fat doing less as long as you're doing the right things? Today, I want to talk about something called the minimum effective dose for fat loss. And honestly, this is one of the biggest things that changed how I approach training. For those of you who are new here, I compete in bikini competitions, and this video is part of my series where I'm experimenting with prepping without extremes. Because if you look online, it can feel like the only way to get lean is to train constantly, do endless cardio, starve, and basically live in a gym. But the truth is, that's not always necessary. Later in this video, I'll show you what my actual weekly training looks like right now. Um, so the problem with extreme workouts is a lot of women make the mistake that they think if they want to lose fat, they have to do as much as possible. So that means more workouts, more cardio, less food. But the problem with that approach is that it's not always sustainable. You'll most likely burn out, you'll get exhausted, and you start craving everything. And sometimes doing more actually slows your progress. So I've been through preps where I thought the answer was just pushing harder, more cardio, training, more restriction. And physically, I could handle it, but mentally, it was exhausting and everything felt like extreme. So this time around, I'm really focused on something different, doing what's effective, not just what's excessive. So the idea of minimum effective dose is pretty simple. It's the least amount of work required to create the results you want, not the maximum all-out effort, not the hardest possible routine, just the minimum amount that still moves you forward. So your body is smart and it adapts to whatever you throw at it. So if you start with an all-out extreme program, your progress will eventually plateau. Then the only way to keep seeing results is to add more workouts or eat less. And that's when things get stressful. That's why starting out with the minimum works better. So you create room to progress naturally without burning out. And when you hit a plateau, you have options to keep moving forward. So for fat loss, it might look something like this. You lift weights maybe 3 to 4 days per week. You have a few moderate cardio sessions, consistent with nutrition, and you prioritize recovery, not living in the gym, not doing 2 workouts a day, just consistent, effective training. So the reason why this approach works so well is because it's sustainable. So when something feels manageable, you can stick to it longer. And fat loss isn't about one extreme week of all-out effort. It's about consistent habits over time and a workout you can stick with long-term. So a very simple weekly structure could just look like this. Day 1, you hit your lower body. Day 2, you hit your upper body. Day 3, maybe you rest or you just do cardio, and then you repeat the sequence. But also add maybe 2 to 3 other cardio sessions during the week. And that's enough for most people to see real progress. But then again, it's a little bit tricky. It depends on what your goals are and how you're eating and whatnot. But in terms of exercise, you just have to accept that more effort doesn't always equal better results. Sometimes the smartest thing you do is focus on what's effective and ignore the pressure to do more. And that is something that I'm really exploring during this prep. If you can get ready without extremes, can you train hard, stay disciplined, but still have balance? That's what my vlogs series is about. And I'm testing it out, and we'll see what the results are by the summer. So if you're someone who feels like you have to spend hours in the gym to lose fat, I want you to hear this. Consistency beats extremes. You don't need perfect workouts. You need repeatable ones. So if you're interested in following this prep journey, this is part of my series, Can You Do a Bikini Competition Without Extremes? So if that's something you want to see more of, make sure to subscribe and follow along as I share the entire process from 13 weeks out all the way to show day. So I'm curious, what's something you've tried before that felt too extreme when it came to fitness or dieting? Let me know in the comments. I've done 2 a day, 3 a days workouts. I've eaten just tilapia and salad and cashews. And this is per a coach's prescription. So I've hit extreme. I've burnt out. I've rebounded. I've done all of that. And this time I want to prove to myself and prove to everyone else that it doesn't have to be that way. So stay tuned and see if I can do it.